60,000 miles on the original engine. Service records in the glove box. The oil life monitor never hit 0. And the 5.3-liter is gone. Lifters collapsed, cam destroyed, bearings scored. The owner did not miss a single oil change. 5 habits destroyed that engine while every dashboard light stayed green. Every fix on this list costs under $50, or it is a simple change in behavior. Every failure costs $3,000 to $15,000. The last habit is the one I see most often. If you are already hearing a ticking from the top of your engine right now, that entry cannot wait. It starts with the decision at the oil change counter. Habit number 1. The wrong oil or cheap oil in a precision engine. This damage often starts before you ever leave the parking lot, and most owners never know it is happening because the truck starts fine, pulls fine, and drives normally, while the damage accumulates at the microscopic level. Remember, this is a precision system. General Motors specifies Dexos, 1 Generation 3 certified full synthetic oil for every gasoline V8 engine with AFM or DFM. The weight specification is not a suggestion. For 2019 and newer 5.3-liter and 6.2-liter engines running dynamic fuel management, that specification is 0W20. For AFM engines from approximately 2007 through 2018, the specification is typically 5W30. These numbers exist because the AFM and DFM lifter systems depend on oil flowing through precision internal passages and solenoids at a specific pressure and viscosity. Think of a surgeon preparing for a procedure who fills the instrument tray with tools that are the wrong size. They technically fit, the operation begins, but the tolerances are wrong, and the damage is microscopic and cumulative with every cycle. Use the correct oil. Heavy oil in a DFM engine specified for 0W20 changes the flow rate and pressure curve through the solenoids. The lifters hesitate. They do not fully cycle. Incomplete cycling creates wear patterns on the roller and cam lobe that build over thousands of miles, advancing the exact failure mode everyone is trying to avoid. Cheap conventional oil compounds the problem in a different way. It breaks down faster under the heat and mechanical stress of AFM and DFM cycling. The additive package degrades. By 5,000 miles on cheap conventional in one of these engines, the protective compounds are significantly depleted compared to a quality full synthetic. The oil life monitor does not measure additive depletion. It calculates an algorithm based on idle time, revolutions, temperature, and pressure. It does not know what oil is in the engine. The monitor omits that fact. Consider the numbers that make the cheap oil decision look irrational. Savings from running cheap conventional over Dexos 1. Certified full synthetic run, roughly $15 to $20 per oil change. 4 changes a year equals $60 to $80 saved annually. The repair cost, when that decision accelerates, lifter failure runs $3,000 to $5,500 at an independent shop and $5,000 to $7,000 at a dealer on a 5.3-liter engine. You are saving $80 a year to risk $5,000. A DIY oil change with the correct full synthetic and filter runs $40 to $60. A dealer oil change with correct oil runs $110 to $150. Use the correct weight. Use a Dexos 1 Generation 3 certified full synthetic. Mobil 1, Pennzoil Platinum, Valvoline, Advanced Full Synthetic are all acceptable when you use the right weight. Change it at 5,000 miles, regardless of what the monitor tells you. Your oil is right. Now, the second habit is the one that happens every single morning, and most owners are completely unaware they are doing it. Habit number 2, full throttle on a cold engine. Cold start wear is the highest wear per unit of time at any point in the engine operating life. That is documented by SAE research and confirmed by major oil company testing. Here is the mechanism. Oil has settled to the bottom of the pan overnight. Metal components have contracted to cold dimensions. The clearances between the piston and cylinder wall, between the cam lobe and the lifter roller, and between the crankshaft journal and the bearing are all at their widest. Cold oil is thick. Full system pressure has not been established. Now the owner puts the truck in drive and merges onto the highway at 5,000 RPM. Every bearing surface, every cam lobe, every AFM lifter is taking maximum load before the oil is thin enough to flow through the passages correctly, and before the metal has expanded to its designed operating clearances. On AFM and DFM engines, this is compounded. The lifter mechanisms have tighter tolerances than standard lifters and depend on specific oil pressure and temperature to cycle correctly. Hit them with full throttle before oil temperature is up, and the lifter does not have the film it needs. The worst version of this is the remote start trap. An owner uses remote start, the engine idles for 8 minutes, then immediately goes wide open throttle. What the temperature gauge does not tell you is that engine coolant approaches operating temperature before transmission fluid, differential fluid, and drivetrain bearings. The engine may be warming. The rest of the drivetrain is still cold. The fix costs nothing. Drive gently for the first 5 minutes. Keep RPM below 3,000 until the coolant temperature gauge reaches its normal operating position. That 5-minute window is the difference between an engine that lasts 300,000 miles and one that starts accumulating bearing wear before the first traffic light. Clean oil, gentle start. Now the third habit is the one that makes financially rational owners furious when they understand what is actually happening. Habit number 3, towing with AFM or DFM. Still active. Almost every GMC owner believes that tow haul mode protects the engine when towing. Here's what tow haul actually does. It adjusts shift points to keep the transmission in a lower gear longer and modifies engine braking strategy on downhill grades. On most GM trucks, it does not disable AFM or DFM. During steady-state highway towing at 65 miles per hour, AFM can still activate. DFM on 2019 and newer engines uses up to 17 different cylinder combinations and cycles even more actively than the older AFM system. Tow haul does not touch it. Sport mode does not touch it either. That is a documented finding from owner testing across multiple GMC forums from 2023 through 2025. Picture a concert violinist playing through a dislocated finger. The melody sounds fine from the audience. Every bow stroke is tearing the joint apart from the awe side. That is an AFM lifter cycling under sustained heavy tow load. The deactivation system is optimized for light load, steady cruise, highway fuel economy. Under towing load, RPM is elevated, thermal stress is increased, and the mechanical demand on the lifter roller and cam lobe is multiplied. The system is still cycling cylinders on and off, mile after mile, with the full weight of a trailer behind the truck. The fix is direct. A range technology, AFM and DFM, disabler, costs approximately $250, plugs into the OBD port under the dash, and keeps all cylinders firing at all times. Under towing load, this is not optional. $250 paid once versus $3,000 to $5,500 in lifter and cam replacement. To verify whether your truck is still deactivating under tow, use a free OBD app and a $15 Bluetooth scanner. Watch the cylinder deactivation data while towing. If cylinders are going offline on the highway with a trailer attached, you have your confirmation. Now the quiet habit. The one that works in the background and makes every other mistake on this list significantly worse, and it connects directly back to everything we just covered. Habit number 4, ignoring oil consumption between changes. GM has officially stated in service documentation, specifically TSB 1006-01008G and its revisions, that 1 quart per 2,000 to 3,000 miles is considered normal operation on 5.3-liter and 6.2-liter V8 engines with AFM and DFM. Not a defect, not a warranty claim, normal. An owner sets a 5,000 or 7,500 mile oil change interval based on the oil life monitor and never checks the dipstick. By the next change, the engine is 2 quarts low. On a 5.3-liter holding approximately 8 quarts, 2 quarts low means the engine has been running on 75% of its designed oil volume. Now recall what we established in Habit 1. Wrong oil changes the pressure curve through AFM solenoids. In Habit 3, towing under load elevates thermal and mechanical stress on lifters. Now add 2 quarts of missing oil volume. Oil pressure drops. The pickup tube starts approaching air on hard turns and uphill grades. The components most sensitive to oil pressure, the AFM lifters, are being starved intermittently. A customer brought in a 2020 Sierra with the 5.3-liter. Full service records, correct oil weight every change, not a single skipped interval. But the oil level at the service bay was 2.5 quarts low, driven that way for the last 4,000 miles. The lifter tick started at 92,000 miles. When we pulled the valve covers, the cam lobe on the deactivation bank showed scoring that a properly lubricated engine at that mileage should not have. The monitor said he still had 800 miles to the next change. The dipstick told the truth. The fix costs nothing. Check the dipstick every time you fill with fuel. Keep a quart of the correct weight in the back seat. Top off when it is a half quart low. GM acknowledges the consumption. GM does not remind you to check. That responsibility lands entirely on the owner. Quick thing. If you're realizing right now that your engine has been dealing with one or more of these habits, you are not alone. That is exactly what these videos are for. Hit subscribe. Every week, I break down the maintenance patterns, failure windows, and cost traps that keep GMC owners out of the shop and away from the tow truck. Now the last habit. The one that turns a fixable $3,000 repair into an engine replacement. And if you are hearing a specific sound right now, this entry is urgent. Habit number 5. Driving through the lifter tick. There is a sound every owner of a 5.3-liter or 6.2-liter V8 with AFM or DFM needs to memorize. A ticking or tapping from the top of the engine, sometimes only on cold start, sometimes constant once the engine reaches operating temperature. On these engines specifically, that sound is almost always a collapsed or collapsing AFM or DFM lifter. And what happens next depends entirely on one decision. Here is what most owners do. They hear the tick, they search online. They find threads where owners say their truck has been ticking for 2 years and still runs fine. They turn up the radio and keep driving. Let me tell you what is happening inside that engine, while the radio covers the evidence. A collapsed lifter is no longer properly riding the camshaft lobe. The roller at the base of the lifter is stuck, damaged, or making incorrect contact. Instead of rolling, it is grinding, metal on metal, thousands of times per minute at highway RPM. The cam lobe is being worn flat. Every mile driven in that condition contaminates the oil with metal debris that circulates through every lubricated surface in the engine. Think of a crack forming in a load-bearing wall. The structure stands. The lights stay on. Residents go about their day. Every season widens the crack by a fraction until the day it fails completely. That is the tick you ignored for 6 months. Here is the failure cascade, because this is where the cost multiplies, and the numbers need to be understood before you decide to keep driving. Stage 1 is early lifter tick with beginning cam lobe wear. Catch it here, and the repair is lifter replacement, possibly a new camshaft on the affected bank. Independent shop, $3,000 to $4,500 on a 5.3 liter. Dealer, $4,000 to $5,500. The engine survives and lives a full life after the repair. Stage 2 is 5,000 to 15,000 miles of continued driving on a ticking lifter. Cam lobe visibly worn. Metal debris has damaged adjacent lifters. Oil system contaminated. Repair at this stage runs $5,000 to $7,000 at an independent shop, $6,000 to $8,000 at a dealer. Stage 3 is another 10,000 to 20,000 miles beyond that. Metal debris has reached the crankshaft bearings. Cylinder walls show damage from contaminated oil. Engine replacement on a 5.3 liter runs $6,000 to $12,000 installed at an independent shop, $9,000 to $13,000 at a dealer. On a 6.2 liter, $8,000 to $15,000. My take on this is direct. GM has been watching this failure pattern across AFM and DFM engines for over a decade. The TSB documentation exists. The NHTSA complaint database has thousands of entries on this exact failure cascade. And the truck kept getting sold without a mandatory fix. The tick is not nothing. It is the only warning you are going to get. The moment you hear a persistent tick from the valve train on a 5.3 liter or 6.2 liter with AFM or DFM, get it diagnosed this week. Catch it at stage 1, and the engine has a full life ahead of it. Drive through it to stage 3, and you are buying a new engine. 5 habits connected to the same system. Wrong oil changes the pressure curve through the solenoids. Cold throttle hammers components before the oil film is established. Towing with AFM active cycles the weakest link under maximum load. Low oil starves the same components that everything else is already stressing. And when the tick comes, driving through it completes the cascade. Use the correct oil at the right weight. Drive with gentle acceleration for the first 5 minutes. Install a $250 disabler before you hook up a trailer. Take 30 seconds with a dipstick at every fuel stop. And the moment the valve train speaks, you listen. The receipts in the glove box do not save the engine. The habits do.